Good morning, Morning Musings by Melinda. How's everybody doing today here in Arizona? We are number one for COVID-19 in the world. And so I hope that all of my fellow Arizonians are taking all the precautions necessary to protect yourselves and each other and doing what it takes so that we can move forward and find a way to get rid of this awful enemy, this invisible enemy that we are all together fighting right now. Yesterday we talked about people who are lashing out, and today I want to talk about mending fences. You know, I'm afraid that mending fences between political parties here in the country is a very difficult task, especially from what we see that we say to each other. Maybe metaphorically, instead of trying to mend those fences, we have to build a bridge and find somewhere to meet in the middle. But that's not my topic today, because I stay away from politics if I can and talk about the spiritual aspects of mending fences within your relationships. One of the things that I see often as a spiritual life coach is that when people have lost a loved one to death, that's when the issues in the family are more amplified or magnified, and people stop speaking to each other, and their roles in the family are kind of upset, and they end up having a lot of divisiveness within a family. And it's not just about money or if mom left her ring to somebody or didn't. It's about other things. It's about upsetting that apple cart, things that have been under the surface for a long time. And I don't think that people really know how to mend fences or to build bridges with each other. Sometimes you have to dig below the fence and see the root cause. Sometimes when you're trying to mend fences or build bridges and someone refuses to cooperate with you, you have nothing that you can do but to walk away in neutrality and allowance and forgiveness, because that is really the best energy for your vibration to be high. So you have to understand that if you're trying to mend a fence with somebody and they simply won't make movement with you or communicate or do something that helps you mend that fence, there's not much you can do about it. And sometimes you can't mend a fence or build a bridge with somebody that is so toxic to you or has a personality disorder in some form or fashion. And like a narcissism, for example, it's very impossible to mend that fence. But what do we do when we're trying to mend fences? Well, again, you might dig below the surface and find the root cause of the problem. Sometimes there is sibling rivalry that is present for decades, and then a parent passes and all of that comes out. Remember what's important about your relationship. You know, if somebody is worth mending a fence with, then persevere, be patient, be non-judgmental, be in a state of allowance, be able to communicate with an emotional maturity or a security within yourself. You can agree to disagree. You do not have to come to a meeting of the minds that's total. You can have some meeting of the minds that allows a disagreement to be present. That's okay. Let old grudges go. Move into forgiveness. Restoring trust. That's a real important part of mending fences or building bridges. And trust is hard to restore, and it takes time and perseverance and patience and communication, clarity and connectiveness, collaboration and love. So make sure that you're looking at how to restore trust, okay? And actually be patient. Okay, I see a lot of people on Facebook right now saying things about children not speaking to them and in-laws and all of those things. And I'm very saddened by that. I know that that's a very difficult situation to have in your life. And, you know, one of the things that I would do is just continue to persevere and maybe send a happy birthday card, a text or something, and continuously try until you've hit such a brick wall that you have a headache. You can't keep hitting your head against a brick wall and then wondering why you have a headache. You can't repeat the same pattern and expect a different outcome. As far as what's happening in our world right now, the way that we're going to mend fences and build bridges is to try to start understanding each other and to stop with the nasty rhetoric and criticism and name calling and all of that stuff that is such a lack of emotional maturity. You can disagree without slinging mud at somebody. So anyways, I'm fine, Sarah. How are you? I hope that if you have someone that you want to mend a fence with, that you go ahead and try. That you communicate clearly, that you talk about your feelings, that you agree to disagree, that you try to find forgiveness in your heart, that you try to restore trust. And if all of that fails, then it's time to move on and release that energy out of your vibration. Hope you have a great day.